Despite substantial release made by the federal government to ministries, departments, and agencies for the execution of approved projects and programs, a significant proportion of the funds released remain unutilized due to procurement timelines, project implementation challenges, and other administrative processes.
The Senate has once again thrown a lifeline to the 2025 Appropriation Act, approving a fresh extension that will keep capital spending alive until September 30th, 2026. The decision means federal ministries, departments, and agencies will have an additional 3 months to access funds earmarked for infrastructure and development projects, even as implementation of the 2026 budget is already underway. This is the second extension granted to the 2025 budget this year. What was initially expected to wind down in March was first pushed to June and has now been stretched further to September amid concerns that several critical projects may be left unfinished. Leading the debate, Senate Chief Whip Tahir Manguno told lawmakers that despite government's releases, significant portions of capital funds remain untouched due to procurement delays, implementation hurdles, and administrative bottlenecks slowing project delivery across the country.
That the 2025 Appropriation Act was enacted to provide funding for the implementation of government programs, projects, and activities aimed at promoting economic growth, infrastructure development, national security, and the welfare of Nigerians. Also note that despite substantial release made by the federal government to ministries, departments, and agencies for the execution of approved projects and programs, a significant proportion of the funds released remain unutilized due to procurement timelines, project implementation challenges, and other administrative processes. Aware that a number of strategic capital projects across critical sectors of the economy are at advanced stage of completion and require additional time for execution, certification, and payment. Further aware that failure to extend the implementation period of the 2024 Appropriation Act may result in the abandonment of critical projects, wastage of already committed public resources, and disruption of ongoing government interventions.
Several senators rallied behind the proposal, insisting that abandoning ongoing projects at the stage could undermine investment already made. They emphasized that the extension applies strictly to capital expenditure and not recurrent spending.
In accordance with our law and the power of the National Assembly, what we have done this afternoon is to ensure proper implementation of these budgets. As he has posited in his submission, we are only extending the capital component of the 2025 budget as amended. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, you will recall that when the President appeared before the National Assembly to lay before the National Assembly the budget, he promised that 30% of the 2025 budget will be paid on or before March 31st of 2026, while the balance of 70% was transferred into the 2026 budget, which implementations is yet to commence. Now, the 30%, while we are passing the 2026 budget, and due to non-implementation of that promise of the President, we are forced to extend the budget to June 30th, 2026 of this year. Yes, payment has commenced, but we still have a lot of outstanding. So that for that outstanding to be properly covered, there is expediency in this to extend this budget beyond June 30th, 2026 to 30th September 2026. And by
in view of the need to sustain continued execution of the projects covered in the 2025 Appropriation Act as amended, I hereby second the motion ably moved by our chairman of Appropriations Committee that we do extend to 30th September. I so support.
Presiding over the session, Senate President Godswill Akpabio described the extension as a practical step aimed at safeguarding national development goals and ensuring projects captured in the budget are completed for the benefit of Nigerians.
This budget be extended, the deadline be extended to 30th of September 2026. Say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The 2025 budget earlier extended to 30th of June, is further extended to 30th of September 2026, according to the Senate's resolution. Let me thank distinguished Senator Mongunu for bringing this up, because payment would have stopped halfway if this was not done. So I congratulate you. I also congratulate the Chairman of Appropriation and all the concerned senators for bringing this to the fore. Accordingly, the resolution of the Senate will be communicated to the Executive that the budget has been extended to 30th of September 2026. That is the 2025 budget appropriation.
With the approval, contractors and government agencies handling projects under the 2025 budget now have until the end of September to utilize appropriated funds, setting the stage for the unusual but necessary overlap of 2 budget cycles as authorities race to deliver key infrastructure and development projects nationwide.